Hi, it's Kelsey with Junk Journal Magic, and I'm here today to talk about the Limited Supply Journal Challenge 2026. Lenny Peace Place is hosting this. It's a collab. There's no prize. It's just a fun challenge. And you're not supposed to post anything until July 31st, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to show you the 5 items I'm allowed to begin with, and then there's 4 choice items. So, we're allowed to use 30 pieces of any paper of our choice. She had tea-dyed, it looked like printer paper. I have that cheapy graph paper that doesn't have the permanent ink that runs. So mine, because I already had this stashed in the closet, is water-dyed graph paper. And I love it because it reminds me of the sky, of clouds and blue and sunshine. So there's 30 pages, and you can use up to 30. You have to use 5. Some of these got torn when I ironed them, so I have some scrap pieces of the 30, and a few need to be cut down still because they have that little perforated edge where you tear off the end. But I have only 30 sheets of paper, and I can do whatever I want with them. I have to put at least 5 in the book. This is one of the paper pads. I had multiple, that cheap stuff that runs if you get it wet. And this particular one is Norcom. You could probably get it at Amazon. Exceed graph paper. It's college ruled on the back. Yes, it is college ruled, and I like that side all wet and smudgy too. So yeah, I just love that. And once you see it done, if you like grunge and you like nature and anything with field notes, that's one of those go-to things for me. You'll want to use it too. So that's the graph paper. That's the paper. You have to have 30 sheets, and you must use 5 in a signature. Then we can use scissors. We're given scissors. I chose a ruler for cutting my paper. It's like a scissor edge, a safe one for me. It's Kelsey proof and won't cut me, but it will help me cut my paper. Then we get any sort of thread, whatever you want to call it, string, and a needle. I didn't pull the needles out. I have a ton of needles. I don't need to show you my needle. It's what I use for bookbinding anyway. But I'm not certain which one of these I want to use. I want orange. So I will probably choose it after I get everything together to the point I'm ready to move along and play with the thread. So we also get water. Water's a freebie. There's my water. And glue of our choice. She said you can use glue stick, you can use Fabri-Tac. She showed tacky glues. I'm going to use art glitter glue because it works for everything for me. So that's glue, water, string and needle, scissors, that's 4, and paper. Now, I'm going to show you what I've chosen as my 4 additional items. This was not an easy choice. What does that mean? What does it mean not to have an easy choice? Well, you got to decorate the whole thing with 4 items. And if you choose a set like stamps, you can only use 1 stamp in the set. I want a nature feel in my journal, so I have this stamp. It's a floral from like 25-30 years ago. Rubber Stampede. Number 15209. It's just floral and it's grungy. This plastic stuck to it because I've left it on there so long, and I know it was sitting in the garage for probably a decade. So it's nice and stuck to the plastic, but hey, it still works. And then I also want to use, let me get something to put under here so you can see it. Oh, everything is printed. There's no plain paper. Great. Here, let's try this. This will work. This is so much better. Now you can see. I want to use this stamp right here. I wanted something kind of grassy, and I looked and looked. I thought I had one, and I could not find it for the life of me. I went through all my Tim Holtz stamps. I looked at everything. This is what I'm going to use. So that's 2 stamps. And what else? I've got my Distress Oxide. I do not like the oxides, but I'm going to use it here, and I will show you when I get around to that technique. But this is number 3, my oxide, and God help me if it's dry. Maybe I should check that real quick. You know, if you have a bunch of scrap paper cut off, oh, it'll work. Cut-offs, you should really put them aside for little note papers. So there's 3. There's 1, 2, 3. And the last thing I picked was something for my cover. You've all seen this. It's from Tim Holtz's Paper Pads. I wanted something neutral because I can't put a lot of color in this book. This book is basically going to be the color of sky and then earth tones like browns. There were the pages with the big clusters of yellow flowers and all the green foliage. I love those. I love those, but they wouldn't go very well with what I was putting inside. It just seemed too bright. So I chose this muted paper, and I'll probably cut it off up here and use that inside. But at this point, the nest will be perfect on the cover. Or I could turn it over and use this. That's an option now that I'm thinking about what I'm planning on doing. So it'll be a surprise when I finally get around to it. But this basically is what I'm using. So check out Linda's challenge on Linny P's Place. She should have a link to everybody. You can go check out everybody, or just click on the Limited Supply Journal Challenge 2026 hashtag under this video.